The Four-Leaf Clover podcast is sponsored by Planet Celtic.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to your Friday Focus show on the Four-Leaf podcast, the Four-Leaf Clover podcast. Remember that guy there? Jerry, Alec Baldwin. How is it going, sir? I've not seen you for a few weeks. What have you been up to?
Aye, busy, mate. Busy the whole summer. So I've been, I'm still on holiday. I'm back to work Monday, mate. So I'll get on the night. It's hoping to meet up with the hard boys, Sandy and yourself again. But just been busy, mate. So hopefully I can't wait till the season starts and I can start. I've just been on holiday and all that, Scott. You know, I'm just back for Santa Ponza there, man. Fucking mental. See that all-inclusive? Fucking murder. I think that hotel would get the Blackpool Mirrors. All right, Kaiser boy.
All right, my man.
I think that hotel with the funny Blackpool Mirrors, mate. Every time I looked in them, I looked dead fat and all that. So I've been neat all-inclusive stuff, you know what I mean? So, but just been away, mate. Chat to Hing's parties. I've got 21st tonight as well. You know that, I know, Scott. I've got a taxi booked for 8:45 to get to Stevenson to my wee cousin's 21st. It's just been absolute hectic, mate. But
Thank you.
it's good to be back on, mate. I was getting a bit nervous about it now and that, you know. So I never slept last night as well and that. I was up practicing more. But it'll be good to get one under my belt again, mate. So it will be unbelievable.
What's the tap you've got on, mate? What's the tap there? That's a belter.
That's the New York Cosmos, mate. I was watching the Oasis concert and I seen Vernon Kay. He had it on, Scott. I said to myself, that looks like a cracking tap, that. So I got it last week, mate. So I did. A wee bit cracking with it now, but I'll get into it again. So I will. It's a wee bit, but nice and comfy, mate.
A few red wines, mate, and you'll be fine. A few red wines and you'll squeeze into that nicely. You've missed quite a few things, Celtic, mate, since you've been away. We've had the passing of John Clark, Lisbon Lion, John Fallon on Wednesday there as well, mate. We had a wee tribute to him. Have you got a few things to say, mate? I know you didn't get the chance to have your say on the pod because you weren't here, but you certainly you've got a couple of things to say, mate, and you on the Lions.
Well, I was reading it online and that, and I seen John Fallon that. It's a wee bit kind of, we always talk about the 11 lines, and I'm thinking, can I miss out John Fallon, McBride, Hughes, and Charlie Gallagher? These guys seem to get kind of left out a wee bit, you know, because these guys would have been involved if it was sub. Scott was only one sub back then. I think John Fallon was, I think he was only substituting 67 minutes, a goalkeeper substitute.
Mm-hmm.
But the other boys, like McBride and all that, he'd scored 30 odd goals before Christmas, didn't he? He was flying, then got a knee injury. I mean, he would have. I know they all say he would have played in the final, but Chalmers getting a goal. You wonder what would have happened there, you know, Scott. It's interesting to see what happened there. It's all ifs and buts, but I'm just when I seen John Fallon, I'm just kind of thinking, we always seem to think the 11 lines, but we seem to kind of forget the boys that were in the squad and that, you know. I think that's us down to 3 now, but listen, these guys will be talked about forever. They'll be talked about forever. It's just a shame how they're all, as you get old, you kind of watch these heroes kind of trapping away, you know. It's kind of a wee bit saddish as well, but they got the chance to play with Celtic, so that was a good thing for them all. A great thing for them all, you know, Hoffies would love to have done. So, it's a wee bit shameful, mate, but we've got to move on, haven't we? So it's a wee bit sad.
No, we certainly have, mate. It's life, you know. It's part of life, and we have to get on with it. We know that, you know, there's two things in life: is death and taxes, as we all know. It's inevitable, and we certainly, they're all immortal. They always will be. They'll always be talked about. And by the way, it's nice to see you back as well, Jerry. Thanks for jumping on tonight, mate. We're looking forward to the quiz later on, man. So I've got a wee disclaimer, by the way. I'm waiting for an Amazon parcel. I'm getting a delivery of my books, and they were supposed to come before the podcast started. So if my doorbell goes and I have to go away, I'll just hand it over to Kaiser. Kaiser, we need to speak for a few minutes, mate, when I have to go and get the door. So anyway, how are you getting on, Kaiser?
Yep, living my best life, my man. I was pushing the time fine there. I went for a wee walk to Asda, picked up some shopping for the dinner and that over the weekend. A wee bottle of Sydney Divine. And I didn't even pick up my pen and paper for Jerry's quiz. I've got a paintbrush, my man. I need to paint it on something. I need to get a pen and paper. But aye, Jerry, it's good to see you, my man. It's good to see you back. Looking fantastic, mate. All that sun-kissed way and all that. Living your best life. I'm loving it, my man. And everybody in the chat as well, thank you very much for being here. Make sure you're dropping the likes. If you're new, subscribe. Share this to your social media and help the stream grow. One of the most viewed, fastest growing podcasts online.
It certainly is, mate. It certainly is. So you'll see that we're missing two of our buddies this evening. Andy is still in Greece. It's his final night in Greece. So he is enjoying that with his good lady and his family. And rightly so. So Andy is missing. And our Paddy is still running between the bedroom and the toilet. I believe he's still got that very bad bug. So hopefully that will be cleared up for Wednesday.
I think it was a game last night, gave him the Skittles.
It might have been the game last night. We're gonna get onto that for sure. So, Paddy's a wee bit sick from the game last night, and I think the rest of us are as well. Ajax 5, Celtic 1 was the scoreline. I watched the first half, Jerry, and Celtic looked fantastic in the first half, if I'm being honest with you. We got the goal. We conceded with Ajax's first real chance of the game, really. I thought it was a handball before that. The referee sort of was going to give it and never gave it, but for me it was a handball. They scored from it. We got the equaliser. Great pass for KT, Hatate, onto Yang, who finished it off nicely. We hit the bar twice as well. For me, we were the better side in the first half. I went to work quite happy at 1 each, thinking this is a canter in the second half. We're going to win this. And I couldn't believe it as my little notifications were coming through. It was 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, then 5-1. And then I watched the highlights back through the middle of the night when I was at work, Jerry, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing after that first half, mate. Unbelievable scoreline, really. Brendan Rodgers said it wasn't a 5-1 game. It was a 5-1 game because they scored fucking 5 goals. Simple as that. And very disappointing goals to lose for me, Jerry.
I watched yourself score. I'm not saying that because Celtic get beat, but first half I watched it and had to nip away to get my boy for the swimming in Irvine in the second half. I watched the first half and I thought Celtic played well. As you say, missing a couple of chances to start with, then you see Ajax getting their first goal. I thought it was a handball as well. The referee seemed like he was going to give the foul. Then kind of played on when he got the goal. That's just typical Celtic in Europe. You know what I mean? Like getting a few chances, no putting the ball away. I think Yang had a good chance. Then the keeper had a save for Ida and off the bar. But the goal for Celtic, I thought was a cracker. Tierney through to, who was it? Hatate. Hatate played through to Yang and Yang put it away well. I think Yang was looking all right, but if you see Yang, I feel as if the defensive side it's got, he's no. Ralston seemed like he was on his own, a couple of kind of overlapping him.
Yeah.
So for me, we can all say Yang going forward, aye, but going the defensive side, it's not for me, you know. Listen, we know where we're at now with Celtic. We're needing a few signings. We're no daft, everybody knows that. But for me, I thought, what am I going to say? I thought the second half, as I say, I nipped away. But see, when you make maybe 7 or 8, so I was reading it obviously on Twitter when I was going out to the swimming, sitting at the swimming pool. When you're making 7 or 8 subs, Scott, you're going to get some kind of, you know, and you can turn around and say, right, don't make the subs, but listen, it's that, you've got to play the subs. It's all about, I know you say because you get beat, but it's all about fitness as well. So I'm not going to get too hanged on it. I think Celtic, Rodgers knows that, listen, we all know, does it take guys on the pod, the guys out there, the fans, everybody knows what we need. It's not rocket science. The only thing I would say is I'm not going to press the panic button now because we get beat 6-2, we get beat off West Ham, same time last year, Celtic Park. We only had a double, we should have got a treble. Then we've done the best. That's probably one of the best seasons in Europe for a long, long time. So I'm not going to press the panic button now, but I'm hoping to see a bit of movement before the league game next Sunday. As I say, we all know what we need, mate. I'm not going to be too disheartened now, but as I say, we're watching it closely, mate. Hopefully we get the signings in. What worries me more is Rodgers goes out in a wee bit public now. You know what he's doing when he goes to the public and says, that's a highway to the board. That's a... That, you know what he's doing when he does that, Scott. So, listen, hopefully all falls into place. It usually does. So, hopefully it will again, mate. So, it'll be an interesting week for Celtic, so it will.
Aye, it certainly will. Guys, I know you've got a lot to say on this. AJ Carter-Vickers missing. Our defence gets shown up for what they really are. It's quite frightening, really, that we're going to be getting into the season starts in 10 days' time, mate. We've got Forrest, Yang, and Maeda as wingers with 10 days to go to get into the season.
Mm-hmm.
Our defence looks a shambles without Carter-Vickers and AJ in it. 5-1. What did you make of that game? Was that Brendan, you know, as Jerry says, sent to the board? What, 10 days to go, and look what you've left me with here. It's ridiculous.
I know it's very cliche, Scotty, right? But very much a game of two halves. The first half I thought we were excellent, dynamic, passing, defensively solid. And then Liam Scales fell into the old habits. He always picks his arms up. I'm like, keep your arms down, stop pushing. But he was in a battle with your striker, really showing Adam Ida what striking play is, holding the ball up, winning possession, winning free kicks. I said to you earlier on, I was talking to my missus about it. I says, if Adam Ida had socks were made out of flypaper, he's still have a shite first touch. He's got a first touch of a handless hooker with leprosy. It's utterly horrendous, man. But yeah, very much a game of two halves, mate. I thought we were excellent. We were passing round about Ajax. We looked like we had looked earlier on in the season, earlier on in the pre-season, and last year in America we had that look about us. We were really cutting them apart, passing round about them. And then they showed their quality. Their manager came on, showed his quality, making tactical changes for the second half, forcing them a bit higher up and putting the pressure on where we are weakest. It's like the first half he looked at us and went, right, let's just see exactly how good they are under pressure at the back. And we received a humbling, my man. It was like that Dortmund game all over again, flashbacks to the Dortmund game. I'm just glad it came early. And Brendan did get a chance to make a statement and say something directed at the board. And I can understand in modern football, primarily we like to think of the days when the manager would be watching videos of players and scouting and looking over things. And that's not really the way it works. He's got a recruitment and scouting team who are going to present him with a list of players, and then he gives them the final aye or no and checks down the list. And obviously that's the way just big business is done. So I get that Brendan, it's his job to coach and train the players week in, week out. It's somebody else's job at a club, probably Tisdale. Where is the doctor? Where is the doctor? I know he's no over helping Hollywood Hulk Hogan because he's on his way out. But like, what is happening? What is going on here with the transfers? And why is it taking so long? Why are we lowballing teams? Why are we not just identifying the player we want and getting in? And obviously, you need to touch base with the club and put in an initial bid. If that's an initial bid to make contact and then they come back with, no, we were thinking more along the lines of this, then you go and you give them the money they want. You bring the players in that the manager wants. It's definitely the guys that he's gave the nod and says, right, definitely we need quality. We need quality and centre back. We need, mate, I came into this and I was thinking, a quality left centre back, and now we Cameron Carter-Vickers injury record, and I'm like, we need two centre backs. We need a defensive midfielder. We need wingers. We need two wingers. Gone are the days where we were overloaded with wingers and a striker, mate. Like, that's both games we played. That big guy harder for Sporting, and he was excellent up front as well. Powerful, dynamic running, excellent shooting. And the guy against us for Ajax last night, that big boy was excellent as well. And I watched the game, mate, and I knew straight away why Austin Trusty wasn't on, because that big guy with that ate him for breakfast, by the way, man, he was powerful. Scales was struggling with him, and Scales, you're meeting two veg man into, and Trusty's your top aid guy. So I just seen him just tearing Trusty apart. I think Brendan protected Trusty there from like man of the match to like outcast. Where was he? Not even there. And the messing about with Yamada as well. Incorrectly registering a player, naming him on the team sheet and then having to withdraw him. That was just like madness and the time it took to let us all know exactly what was going on. It's just highlights. It's very indicative of the fact that there's zero communication from the club. Ever since COVID, when they shut down communication with the fans, it never came back. They never re-established it. There's no clear business plan. There's no progression plan. They're not coming in saying, look, we're stockpiling this money because we're going to upgrade the stadium. They're not saying, look, we're stockpiling this money because we're going to invest and buy players. They're just telling us absolutely nothing. And it's just unacceptable, my man, in my opinion. Just utterly I went through waves of positivity to waves of rage. I had my sharp nunchucks out and I was on my way up to paradise today, mate. I was ready to take scalps.
It was certainly a game of two halves for sure. The starting lineup, I was quite impressed with the starting lineup, and as you said there, mate, as well, there was confusion on the Celtic Twitter, especially when Yamada was named and then taken off. But you have explained it beautifully there, and there was also some confusion with Marco Tilio. We did say on Wednesday's podcast that Tilio was away to Rapid Vienna, Quan was away to Nantes, and Montgomery was away to Livingston. Those two latter ones were confirmed by the club today that we told you about on Wednesday, but Marco Tilio is still in the works, apparently going to Rapid Vienna. His switch to Rapid Vienna was said to include a loan fee of 400 grand and a clause that could make the move permanent. However, that only happens if the 23-year-old plays in 20 competitive matches for the Austrian side. If he hits that number, Rapid would then be required to pay 1.5 million euros to keep him permanently. So this is what I wanted to talk about then, lads. Brendan Rodgers was asked about transfers. I've got the ins and outs for you after this, but let's see what Brendan had to say after the game. So Brendan Rodgers has insisted he wants more goals in this team after the departures of Matt O'Reilly, Kyogo Furuhashi and Nicholas Kuhn, who they could face if they beat Ajax tonight. So Rodgers said it's about bringing goals to the squad. When you've just scored 4 goals, that area seems to be okay, but we lost an important player in January in Kyogo. We lost Nicholas Kuhn and even Matt O'Reilly last summer. That's a lot of goals. Even though we scored a lot of goals last season, we actually broke the record, the most goals scored in 50 years, I believe it was. We still want more, and our ambition is to have more. I think all across the front areas, we have to be active in order to give us that depth. By the end of the window, I would expect us to have brought in players in certain areas of the pitch that we need for a very long season. So, Jerry, let's just have a look at this. This is the ins and outs that Celtic have done already. So this was done this morning. So obviously Quan leaving the club and Montgomery, they're not on there. But if you look at the new signings, we got Yamada in for £1.7 million. We got Anamura in, cheapest chips as well. Callum Osman on a free. Nigarin on €1.5 million. Ross Doohan on a free transfer and KT on a free. But look at those outgoings. So Lewis Palmer, loan to buy. Nicholas Kuhn, €19 million. Lagerbielka, €2.6 million. Naroki's away on loan to buy as well. We lost Greg Taylor on a free transfer and Scott Bain on a free transfer. So the net transfer spend, mate, there's 22 million out, and, we've not even spent 4 million, I would say, yet coming in. So the net spend there, mate, is massive. Brendan's obviously putting it to the board again. I want these players, Aramovski, and that seems to be the case. What do we need, mate? Kaiser touched on it there. What is it Celtic still need? And what is it in the comments you think Celtic still needs as well?
Kaiser was talking about low balling. He's absolutely spot on. You know why? We were buying Alan Stubbs and all that for £4 million 30 years ago. 30 years ago. And we're building a stadium at the same time. And now we're giving me 1.5 million bids and 2 million bids. Bought Falladano for it was Falladano 2.8 million. Falladano. So that was 30 years ago, Scott. 30 years ago. And we're giving me 1.4 million. I know, listen, nobody can argue with the model. But sometimes, come on. When a club wants 5 million and we get it 1.5, it's got to take fucking weeks to get to where we're going to meet. So I'm going to get in there at 3 million and hopefully they come down to 4 odd, then we get the guy. That's it, we move on. But it's Tizer says, so straight away, we're getting there low ball and it's we're not getting up the times here. We know it's different and we know, listen, I don't know the man the striker because I've given him 9 million last year for the striker and they holding back for a striker as well. Do you know? But Rodgers, it's worrying times because Rodgers looks like a guy who's just going to, just walk away or I don't know what's happening between him and the board or whatever again. We're all starting to kind of question it. But I think we know we need that striker. We need that poacher, that 1 goal poacher. Guys are spawn. You watch a Dutch boy, Dutch boy last night, strong, holding the ball. If he got a bad touch, he would make sure he went down and got a foul, Kaiser. Do you know, if he got a bad touch, I think he does the absolute opposite. And it'll be for sticking up for either a wee bit. He's not had much luck as well, He doesn't get much luck, but sometimes when you play well, you make your own luck as well. So we know we need that striker. We need that one chance, 1 goal guy. We need that poacher guy somewhere. The other boys away at Norwich City, I thought was a shoe in, the boy can garden or whatever. But it seemed to be, we're not even there now. So we know we need that. I still want that big central midfielder, Scott, who's going to win things and play, get goals, 10 goals, but strong in there, winning everything. We need that to protect our midfield. We need a winger. It's still need 4 or 5 decent players in there. We know what we need, Everybody's shouting for the same stuff. Rodgers is no daft either, But it's, as I say, we'll see how it goes next week, I know the league starts, but the window does go on for, was it September the 3rd?
Yeah.
Rings a bell, top of my head. So see, I don't know if you agree with maybe just getting the window shut straight away when the first game starts. Second game, you don't think so? I don't know. Then you will see a bit more movement in the summer. For me, get the guys in early, but that extra 4 weeks they come in later when the season's already started. There's no pre-seasons. That's happened a few years now. So listen, I'll just go back to I'm interested now in the next. But is Celtic going to fling out 7 or 8 million for a striker? Where they've went, you want to Ida, we gave you Ida, and now you're telling us he's not good enough, so you want more. So I don't know what's going to happen there, but we all know what we need. It's no rocket science. Scott.
Right, two things in, Kaiser. Brendan Rodgers not signing a new deal. Is that stopping the board giving him the money that he needs to spend? Also, £9 million on Adam Ida. Now, we had our pants pulled down by Norwich City. There's no doubt about that for the £9 million that they got for Adam Ida. Are the board reluctant to give Brendan that big cash again? Engels as well. Hit the ground running, I would say, when he came in. But sort of tailed off like the rest of the team did after the Champions League campaign. So I'm not just singling him out, but big money spent on 2 players that haven't really been a revelation, let's say. Those 2 points there, plus what do we need, Kaiser, in that team?
Definitely, my man. Like, it's the age-old game of tic-tac-toe, the chicken, the board play with the manager, isn't it? You sign a new deal and we will invest in players. Brendan goes and signs a 5-year deal and they don't invest in any players. And he's there with his reputation being damaged year on year in Europe. I can understand Brendan's a big reputation, man. He's got a big ego. He's an egomaniac. So he's saying to the board, well, invest in players. It's not like when I leave the club, I take the players with me. It's not like you're buying me new Tom Fords. The assets that you're buying remain within the club. And like, in my opinion, mate, when it comes to Adam Ida, when we first had him on loan, the club could have went and got him for 5 million, but yet again, they lowballed and played games, and that's Michael Nicholson and the people behind the scenes. It's not like Brendan Rodgers had a bag of money on his desk and went, right, we're going to spend this on players, and then took his time. That was the club that was doing that. And then the Celtic support put the club under pressure. After putting him under pressure, we were like, look, no, just get the boy, get him signed. We need a striker, get him in the door. Because Georgios Giamakis had left. He was away before we brought Ida in. And so we put the pressure on to get Ida. And the board eventually got their pants pulled down off Norwich and had to pay 9 million. And I did look at Adam Ida's performances, even his performances last year, coming from the bench and stuff, the goals he scored us in Europe. If he was playing week in, week out. Us as a support group would be saying, look, he's worth about 8-9 million. But because we're disheartened and we're angry with him, we're like, he wasn't even worth the 5 million we were going to bid in the first place. We should have got him on a free. You should send him back on loan to Ireland or something. People are raging. And when it comes to Arnott Engels, I mean, look, £11 million for a 21-year-old wonder kid is absolute buttons. The guy is physically stacked. He's an absolute physical monster. He's brought power and physicality to the squad. And okay, every member of the squad, all of them tailed off towards the end of the season. I mean, we'd won the league by Christmas. We were looking forward to our Champions League games. They gave it their absolute all. We went out away to Bayern Munich in our last-ditch goal in the very last minute. It was a gut punch, a sucker punch. So I think there's teams out there, mate, who would come in right now and give us like 20 million for Arnott Engels if we were looking to sell him. You know, and there's people out there monitoring Dyson Maeda. For me, what we need, mate, is a striker with big dick energy, a focal point, somebody who's in about it and knows exactly where the net is, no messing about. And he needs to be a Brendan Rodgers player as well, somebody who can take the ball in from midfield, hold the ball up, lay it off, and then move on and get re-involved in the game. We also need wingers. Wingers have absolute pace. Now, we've got Dyson Maeda, we've got Jota coming back. So Jota's out, I think, until January or late through this year, mate. So, like, half of this season, I think he's out for, if not longer. Right wing looks threadbare. Like 34, 35, is 34 James Forrest is, or 35. Still a young guy to me, right? I'm 43, and I still think I could run the wing. I know I couldn't, right? The mind is there, but the physicality is lacking. Definitely, we need wingers. We need at least 2 wingers in, a striker, a left centre back, and cover at left back. The midfield looks quite competitive. I think if we were to go with the midfield as it is now, Bernardo coming in and being up to speed, as long as we don't lose more players, as long as we don't lose players like Rio Hatate, Dyson Maeda, because they've been like shining lights for the club, and they're who we're hanging our bets on, and that's us standing still. That's us standing still at a Champions League level, having these players. I think what happened last year, it wet our whistle to go, do you know what? Caveat that with an extra, another 20 million spend, a 25 million pound spend on 2 or 3 players year on year. We will actually build a fantastic Champions League squad. But the board just seem to just drag their feet. It's like when the ice cream van comes and your ma used to say to you, nah, son, the money man's dead. And then she was right round the corner for a packet of snout, you know what I mean, and a bottle of vodka or whatever. She had plenty of money. She just had no money for you. And they seem adequate enough at ripping money out our pockets. Friendlies that we're now paying for 4 strips released before a ball's kicked in the season in anger. It's absolutely, well, 3, I think 4. We've got the warm-up top and all sorts of training gear and merchandise through Adidas to pay for. So they're definitely getting their money's worth out of us. They've got their season book money. They've got last year's Champions League money. They've got 19 million for Nicholas Kuhn coming in to the 70-odd million we already had in the bank. They've got Frimpong, 5 million, I think we got for him. 2.5 million for Lager Bielka. All sorts of money pouring into the club here, and yet they just sit with it. I made a reference earlier on to Peter Lawwell being like Smog, the dragon from the Hobbit movie, just guarding all the treasure and just not, like, when the dragon eventually gets that fat, he blocks the cave and no one can access the treasure. That's exactly what Peter Lawwell's doing. He hates Brendan Rodgers. He absolutely hates him, in my opinion, and he's got it out for him. So he's not making with the cash. He's going to board members and he's gone, oh, for success we get paid dividends at the end of the season, and he's wanting to. Well, I think that's the way it goes. It's not like a profit share at Celtic. The board members get paid out on successful seasons, so people who contributed towards the success. So, like, it just baffles me, mate. It just baffles me what we're doing right now, and the fact that there's no clear action plan as well from the board. Give us a statement of intent. If you're intending to upgrade the stadium, let us know. We're no stupid. We can see, right, okay, you can hold on to 100 million, spend 20 and keep the 100 million as your base platform, and then we'll take this season's Champions League money and we'll reinvest player transfers into the squad. You don't take player transfer money and stick it in your own pocket, stick it in the big bin in the back of the stadium unless you let us know what's happening with it.
Aye, lots about to happen, lads. Yeah, Jerry, go for it, mate.
No, I'm just listening away there. Do you know, I think Celtic's starting to do that one because they'll not get the money guaranteed. They're gambling again. They're starting to do that. They've done it. We used to play like the third round, the second round, the third round. You see a player coming in after every round we went through. So we go to the playoff, we always fucking gambled and we fucked up, you know. Sorry for swearing.
No,
and I think that's what they're starting, because they've not got a guaranteed Champions League, they're starting to do it again. It's like, no, let's just wait to see what. And this is when it all goes wrong every year, you know. And serious going, let's get 2 or 3 players in who will definitely get, I'm not saying guarantee, but 99.9 guarantee can through to the Champions League. I thought Celtic, we talked about this like a couple of months ago, Scott. With a great season in Europe, let's keep going. Don't stop this time. Let's give the fans what they fucking deserve. Come on. And all of a sudden, a couple of weeks later, a couple of months later, we're starting to do all this fucking stalling, and it's no fair to the fans. As I say, it's no fair to them. The commitment for everybody is 110% for everybody.
I know. There's 2 sides to it. Do you know what I mean? There's still a month to go. And I know that we, as fans, we just want the signings in straight away, but there's obviously politics behind it all and all that kind of carry on. Has he got to sign a new deal? Is that scuppering him getting the signings he needs? There's loads going on behind the scenes that we don't know about, lads. But like I said, I'm sure by Wednesday's podcast, lots more will have happened and we will talk about it then. So we've got 2 segments for you this evening, ladies and gentlemen. And the first one is... Right, so we've not done this one for a while because we had the last man standing one for a good while as well, didn't we? So that was very, very popular. But it's no all doom and gloom, by the way, when it comes to Ajax, because I've got a wee special thing for the lads tonight. Celtic versus Ajax, actual head-to-head in proper games of football, is Celtic have actually won 4, Ajax have won 3, and there has been 1 draw. There's been 10 goals for Celtic and there has been 10 goals for Ajax. So I've got a wee cheeky conundrum for the lads tonight. It's 5 of those 10 goal scorers for Celtic in those games against Ajax. So I want you to give me the goal scorer, and for a bonus point, I want you to give me the year in which that goal scorer scored that goal in. Okay, so as you know, ladies and gentlemen, they start off easy and they get harder as they go on. So the first one for the lads this evening is Honest John. Honest John. So write that one down, lads. You got it? Honest John. Your 30 seconds start now. And get your comments off as well, you cheating buggers. So, Jerry, who have you got?
Obviously Johnston.
Okay, and what year have you went for?
That's what I'm doing. Just kind of fucking 70, fucking 69. I'm going to go 74, mate.
74. Okay, Kaiser.
Yeah. Mate, I've not got pen and paper and I never went and got it yet, you know what I mean? So, and I've still got the comments on as well, so I basically spoofed and cheated that one.
Okay, so who we went for?
disqualified for that one, mate. But yeah, Johnston as well. That's what I've just done the anagram of the name, and I was going for Johnston, but I didn't know the year of it, mate.
Right. So it was Jimmy Johnston, and it was in the 1-0 game on the 24th of March, 1971.
71.
So you both got a point there. Did them to get it in the comments? Let's have
Such
a
a
look.
moment that we're just winching then, Scott, man.
I told you, I thought that was a kind of easy one to start off with. Well, Johnston was easy, but the year wasn't. I don't think anybody got the year, but there was a lot of Johnstons in there, but nobody actually got the year, so it was a wee bit harder than I thought it was.
Somebody did,
So,
yeah. Well done.
next up, lads, is something that I always crave. I crave the gym. Crave gym. Crave gym. Write that one down, lads. Well, apart from you, Kaiser.
Crave
A pen and a bit of paper, but yeah, 30 seconds start now. So, Crave Jim, we'll come to you. Kaiser, hopefully your comments are off now. Who are you going for? Can't hear you, mate.
McGalvey.
Okay, what year?
I think it was the year I was born, mate, 1982.
Okay. Jerry?
McGarvey, 84.
McGarvey, 84.
Year I was born, Kaiser.
Yeah, football.
It was the late, great Frank McGarvey in the 2 each game. And it was on the 15th of September, 1982. Well done, Kaiser. So,
Well
did
done.
them to get that one? There's a few McGarveys in there. Oh, a few 83s. P. McLaughlin, well done. First one in there, 1982. Few 83s in there, lads. Penelope, well done. McGarvey, 82. What's he saying, 83 there? But it was 1982. Yep, well done. Few of you's got that one. So, next up, ladies and gentlemen, is something our Paddy loves. The GAA. The GAA. So, get your
Yes.
written down for you, lads, and get your years in, and your 30 seconds start now. So, something our Paddy loves is the GAA, and we're going to come to yourself. Jerry, who have you got?
Thank you. They're trying to pull the holiday photos out there because I was in Santa Ponza for that one. I got 2001. I'm sure it was. I got
Kaiser?
Yeah, I got, mate, 2001.
It
Same.
was Didier Agat in 2001. It was a 3-1 victory away from home on the 8th of the 8th, 2001. Well
last
done,
performance
gentlemen.
that night, wasn't it? Brilliant.
Well
Celtic
done.
that night.
Yeah. So the next one up for the lads is, in fact, let me check the comments. There must have been a few that got that. That was pretty soonish. Let's have a look. Oh, a few gone 2001. Yeah, it was a Gat. Robert got it. 2002. Lindsay, well done. Few saying 2001, lads. Lots of saying 2001, but it was 2000. Did I say 2001?
Yeah.
It was 2001, wasn't it? What am I saying? Can't have one out here. Right. So next up, ladies and gentlemen, is for the boys. Where are we? We're going for Alaki. Alaki. Get your.
I'm on every weekend, mate.
I was trying to say it that way. So get that written down, and your 30 seconds start now. So it was Alaki. We'll come to yourself, Kaiser. Who have you got and what's the year?
Kayal, and I think it was 2013. I remember that game. I remember Bitten get sent off, and James Forrest scored the other goal for us as well.
Okay.
So that man's quite up there in the memory, mate. We're no back in the 80s now.
Yeah.
I was playing with Transformers and He-Man dolls.
Jerry?
I went 2012.
Right.
Or something odd in the year.
It was Beram Kayal, and it was a 2-1 game. The sending off, you're right, Kaiser. And it was on the 22nd of October 2013. Well done, Kaiser. So I hope you are keeping an eye on these scores here, lads, because I'm not. I'm just nervous if this bill goes and I'm halfway through the conundrums. That's why I wanted to get out the way there.
You're waiting on your parcel coming, mate.
Well, you're all right. As Kaiser is dropping it off.
So I'm in the house, mate. You're fine.
Perfect.
Kaiser's doing the Amazon tonight.
Penelope.
You're
John.
in chat as well with people who got that.
James, you're miles off, sir.
No
worries, mate. Go for it. Kyle.
I see the first one, mate. We watched in the chat. I seen the Johnston come in the chat, and I'd already read it, and I was like, Alistair Johnston, when did he score?
I see. As long as you never said the other Johnston, that's all right.
Yeah.
So the last one for you that scored against Ajax is Lash Coin. Lash Coin. Get that one written down, lads. Your 30 seconds start.
Lash Coin.
Lash Coin. So a wee toughie there. Last coin, we're back to yourself. Jerry, who have you got?
And I went 82 because I went 84 the last time, so I'll go the same game. I think it's McGarvey.
Okay, mate.
82, mate. Nicholas in 82.
Kaiser, did you get anything?
No, my man, I just couldn't. I was lost in the Lash Coin. I was just lost. I was trying to figure out the name, and I thought if I got the name, I'll get the game, I'll get the year. But I just didn't get the name.
It's very difficult when you don't write it down, mate, to try and jumble that one up, especially when there's more letters like that. So, yeah.
Only had the paintbrush.
Jerry's got a spare for you.
Yeah.
It was Champagne Charlie, and it was a 2-1 victory, as you said, rightly said, Jerry, and it was on the 29th again of October 1982. So I think Jerry just nicked that one there at the end. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the return of... I did tell you they get harder as they go on, ladies and gentlemen. So now I'm going to hand the reins over to our main man. It's time for...
It's Jerry's Big Fat Quiz.
Right, lads. Good to be back, couple of quizzes. But what I've done is I've just done, because it's the transfer, I've just done transfers, all right? So I give you 2 points. If you get it with just the price in the year. But if you need to know what team the guy came for, then you only get 1 point, all right? Understand? So I'll give you 2 points. I'll give you the transfer fee and I'll give you the year. If you get it, I'll give you 2 points. But if you need the team we bought him for, then you only get 1 point. Okay?
Okay.
So,
So comments off.
it's just 2 points or 1 point, all right? Just because it's a transfer season now, I thought I would start with a wee transfer quiz, all right? So the first player was signed for 100. We paid 125 grand on July 1987. 125 grand in July 1987. So if you don't get it, then you can write it down and you can say to me, well, give me the team. You only get a point then if you ask for a team, all right?
Yeah.
He's a
I'm
bad
gonna-
time, boys.
Yeah, can I go for it?
Write it down. You guys, what you doing? You go to if Kaiser doesn't write it down, he ask me for a team then. I trust you, TV.
You need to ask me first, mate, and then I don't get to see what Scotty's wrote down. Sorry, up there, I don't get to see.
Yeah,
what
that's
Scotty's wrote down.
fair, aye.
That's fine, pal. Brilliant. So who you got, Kaiser?
Absolutely nailed it now, my man. A bit before my
Nailed it.
time, 87. So if you give me the club, then
Have you got something wrote down, Scott?
Aye.
Right, Kaiser. So we signed them for Sheffield Wednesday.
Oh, that's
Oh,
not the
you
one I
not
was.
got it in, Scott?
That's not who I've went for, but I know who it is now.
Right, so you got a point for that then if you get it.
Yeah, I know who it is now.
We signed them for
I still
Sheffield
not
Wednesday.
got it, my man. Sorry.
It was my. I couldn't get rid of him in last man standing. Chris Morris. Remember?
Morris.
Well done, Scott. You got a point there, mate.
And Scotty.
I thought it was
I worked
Walker
up
at
the
first,
game.
mate. I thought it was Andy Walker, and then I changed it to Morris when he said Sheffield
I
Wednesday.
worked up the years, lads, all right. So the next one is 1.5 million in August 1992.
I've got it.
Right, so you've got it, Scott wrote down 1.5 million in August 1992. But see what Kaiser does, Scott, right?
Yeah, I've got it.
Kaiser, you want the team for a point? Yeah, can't hear you, pal.
Sorry, mate. Aye, give me the team, please, Jerry.
The team is West. We bought him for West Ham, mate.
Got it.
Got him for West Ham.
We know Scott gets 2 if he gets it. If you get 1 point, it was one of the biggest signings back in the 90s, mate.
Yeah.
Played for England under 21s. Captain.
Alan Thompson. Nah.
No, you want to give it, Scott? You want to tell us what it is then, Scott?
Stuart Slater.
mate. Stuart Slater.
Slater.
You get 2 points here, Scott. Well, we're working up, guys, up to the 90s, 2000, pal.
One.
So the next signing was 650 grand.
Yeah.
The 4th of October, 1995.
Got it.
650 grand. A good pal, a good friend. 650 grand, the 4th of October, 1995. Kaiser, you go ahead and pal.
Not my man. Still.
So Scott's go to see how we give you the team we bought him for, mate.
Yes, please, my man.
No bother, pal. We bought him for Dunfermline, mate. So we did in the 1995. Tommy Burns brought him in, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jackie Mack.
Well done, Kaiser. You got a point for that. Scott, you got it, pal, too. Well done, mate. Kaiser, you got a point there. Well done, pal.
I'm glad I'm after that goose egg, mate.
Well done. So the next one, lads, is 2.5 million in the 25th of July, 1997. 2.5 million, 25th of July, 1997.
Got it.
If you want a point, guys, I'll give you the team again, mate.
Aye, mate, give me the team, please, since Scotty's
That's
getting on his toes here.
A good clue, mate. We bought him for Chelsea, pal.
Oh, it's not who I thought it was. Fuck.
No, is it not?
Got it now.
Celtic, Kaiser.
Probably.
Well done, mate. Craig Burley, did you get him, Scott? 1 point each in.
Yeah, I got Burley. I thought it was Lambert at first, mate, with the year.
Well done. Well done, lads. Well done. The next ones are going to the year, the 2000s, lads. 2.75. September 2000. So was the next player. 2.75. September 2000. Martin O'Neill's days.
2.75.
2.75.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Or 2.7.5. 2,750,000. September 2000, mate. Any's on the team.
I think I know who it is, mate, but I can't write it down.
I'm going to say this.
Do you want the team or you going with the 2 points? Or do you want the team?
I'll go for the 2-pointer, mate. Aye.
Guys, are you
Let
want
you
the
go
team,
first
pal?
then. Is it Alan Thompson, mate?
Well done, mate. Well done, you go, Scott.
Tomo.
Well done,
Well
lads.
done.
2 point each. 2 point each. We're on to the 6-1, lads. 27th of July 2010, 2.4 million quid. On the 27th of July 2010, 2.4 million pound.
Right, I think I've got it. I'm going to take a stab at the 2.
Right,
Guys up.
I need the club, my man, please.
Need a club for a point, mate. Scunthorpe.
Yes!
We got it for Scunthorpe. Oh,
What a guess.
no, mate, I still don't know. Still don't know. Sorry, bro.
See, Scotty, you want to put it out there, pal?
Hooper.
Hooper.
Hooper!
Yeah, well, mate, Gary Hooper. I was like, your
Gary
Scunthorpe.
Hooper, man.
Mate, do you know how
Don't
many
blow that
players we
guy
get
up.
for 2.2 million odds?
Aye.
That's
Well
industry
done,
standard
Scotty
Celtic
boy.
bid.
What a player. What a player. So we're on to the 7th one, lads. The 17th of January 2013, we paid a club £400,000. So we paid a club £400,000 on the 17th of January 2013.
2013. 400 grand.
An absolute steal.
Got me here, pal.
We can name the club for a point.
Yeah, give us a club, please, my man.
We signed them from, if they get it straight away, the Central Coast Mariners.
There you go. Brilliant. Still doing get it.
I've got it, I think, mate.
What?
I think I've got it.
I'm going to
I'm
get
like,
I'm
right,
thinking
what
about it.
did we get for Mariners
Listen.
again? It was like, it's Hatati.
You go to Scotty boy for a point.
Tamzadam.
Tamsin and Rogic, mate. Tom
There you
Rogic,
go,
well
mate.
done.
I was like, who
Well done. We bought this guy for £2 million in 2015. February 2015, £2 million. I know. Give a couple of players. I'll give you a clue, he's Scottish.
Scottish for 2 million.
2 million, we bought him. Scottish lads. I think he came with, I think he even came with another player.
Oh, got it. Got it.
Kaiser.
no, mate, the club, please. We got him for.
Right, we got him for Dundee United.
Yes.
Armstrong.
Well done, Kaiser. Point for
You
Kaiser,
Scott.
2 for Scotty, boy.
Well,
So
Scotty.
we're on to the 9th one, lads. We bought this guy for 830 grand in July 2023. So 2023, 830 grand.
830 grand.
Yes.
That's Hatati prices right there, mate. That's,
Two years
that's
ago.
Japanese market, innit?
Oh,
Mm.
I like it, guys. I like it.
That doesn't ring a bell, that fucking money.
I like
I
it.
think I know
It's
who
not
it is, mate.
Quasimodo. It's not Quasimodo. Doesn't ring a bell.
Go for it, Kaiser. Who is it?
I think it was Rio Hatate, mate.
Nah. Oh, I'm lucky, mate. Same kind of route, mate. He was in loan first, then we bought him. He was in loan the year, couple of months before, then we bought the 830 grand for a point, Scott. You get him?
For
You want the
where?
team? You want
Aye.
the team? Yokohama Marinos. Or Marinos, or whatever.
F. Marinos.
He was a Japanese player. 830 grand, mate.
So he came for the same club as Maeda.
The only one I can think is Iwata, because I think the rest came for more than that.
Aye,
Well
Holy
done,
Water.
mate. Tomoki
Well done,
Iwata.
Scotty.
That's correct, mate. Point there, Scotty boy.
I think
That's
the rest
who it
of them
was,
were more
boys.
than that, aye.
Mm-hmm.
830 grand we paid for him, lads. And this is the last one, the final, lads. We bought him for 1 million on the 16th of July 2024. So that was last season. We brought him in for £1 million. We brought two players in for £1 million, lads. So let you in a clue.
Last year
So
for
one
$1
of
million.
them, the one I've got wrote down is the 16th of July 2024. We brought this guy in for £1 million.
Should be the freshest in the mind, I know, mate, but I'm drawing a blank on it. Maybe.
The
Ah,
one we brought,
Aye.
I've got it.
the one we brought in is no Scottish.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Got you with
This
that,
is into
mate.
1 point.
Sinisalo.
Sinsalo. Well
Vinny
done.
Cine.
Dirty bastard.
You got did you have McCowan, Scott?
Aye, I've got McCowan. He was $1
I
million.
told you they brought in two players
Well
for
done,
1 million
Scotty, mate.
each. Aye.
Well
Well
done,
done,
Kaiser.
lads.
Medal for them, mate.
Guys, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. So you get 1, 5, 6. You get 4. Scott get 14 and Kaiser get 7. Well done, lads.
Happy
Well done,
battle,
boys.
man. Like flexing his brain muscles. Look at him go.
That's me. I can't go
That's
at my work
Scotty,
now.
bro.
That's me. Mentally drained.
Well done, lads. Well done.
Mentally
But
drained.
thanks
Thank
for
you
the
so much,
session,
Jerry.
Jerry, mate. Love it. Always
That was
gets your brain
superb, mate.
firing.
Well researched as
Well
ever,
done,
mate.
boys.
Absolutely brilliant. Thank you
It's
very much.
Jerry's big fat quiz.
I love
So
the
that's-
voice as well. Jerry's
Aye.
big bad quiz.
It's Jerry's big fat quiz.
Beautiful. That would send you off to sleep nicely, wouldn't it? No, thank you very much, Jerry. That was brilliant. Great to have you back, mate. Great quiz. Well researched as
You back,
ever.
lads. Good to be back.
So
Excellent,
we're just
my
going
man.
to finish off pretty early tonight. So we're just going to have a quick chat about the game tomorrow. Then, Jerry, what are you expecting from Celtic tomorrow? Are you expecting, third place playoff? Doesn't really mean fuck all, to be honest with you. So put the kind of reserves out and keep the big boys, or are you want to finish off strongly and get that third place? How are you seeing it?
Back to that one, Scott. Because I played football and fight, I think it's just fine. I know it's like saying, "Oh, look at me, I got a win," or the manager. It's not really about that. It is about spreading that play of the team, getting everybody on and getting everybody to play. I know it doesn't suit a lot of folks. By the way, there's nothing better than winning every game because the confidence you gain for it. It's all about that as well. You don't want fucking 5-1 hammers and 7-1. But for me, you still go to play every day. You've got to hopefully the Japanese boys registration thing sorted out tomorrow. We can see what we've got here. We've got to see what else we've got in the squad. Is that us playing against the team with the most trophies in the ever? Innit? That's a real proper team, innit? It's just innit? They've
Not
got
the kid on man's eye.
they've got the real. They're the team all the years that has really had more trophies than ever, innit?
No, they Kinder Surprise trophies.
So for me, listen, just go to just be patient and it's all about the team tomorrow again. Obviously, a good win. It's great for confidence and stuff, but the next week you're into the league. There's no more friendlies left, is there? After
No, it's the last one, mate. Aye.
that's the last one. So it'll be good to see the other boys come in. But to me, we'll just go on confidence as a result. Can't take much else for it. The fitness levels go up again. We get the sharpness back. That's what pre-season's all about. But it's not about 5-1 fucking doings either. It's not about that as well.
You don't learn anything for that, Jerry.
No. So as I say, it's all about what we're going to start doing the next week or two now, getting hit towards the league title again. And so I'm looking forward. I'm actually quite excited as well to see Celtic bring in a couple of players next week. I'm hoping as they go in because the Monday, you know. So the board can't let the fans down now. We've talked about this. We've got to keep going. We've got to keep driving this club on, and that's what it's all about now. And we need that striker. But as I say, maybe they'll go back to the old big guy, wee guy now. Want to know? It's the winger stuff now. It's not the big striker, wee guy. I love that. I love the big guy, the wee guy, the poacher, the big boy taking all the hang me after the goal scorer. So it's going to be wingers again and somebody up front. And that's the thing. It's a hard one, you know. But patience, that's where I'm going to go. And we're going to hang out. I'll put the panic button, Scott, when Big Beaton's back at centre half for the Champions League qualifier. That's when I'll the panic button.
Don't say that.
When Big Beaton comes back for about 6 out of 7 qualifiers. But the new I'm quite patient now, and I'll put my trust in Celtic to pull out the bag, mate, in the next week.
Aye, let's see. If I agree with Monty, we definitely need at least 3, 4, 5 starters in that team. 10 days to go. Pretty shocking, really. We're in this predicament. Kaiser, what are you expecting from Celtic tomorrow? Are you expecting the start with the first team? It's going to start against St Mirren next week as best we can, or are you thinking it's a meaningless game? Let's just get the ones who haven't had much game time, get them out first and get them some minutes in the legs. What are you sort of thinking?
I think if the manager comes out and plays a weakened side and not the side that's going to start off the league campaign, it kind of diminishes the full training exercise of what pre-season is, mate, and it kind of lends credence to because we get beat, you're protecting the stars and whatnot. I think Brendan will put them out and he'll want them playing against a good side as well. I think they were Asian Champions League winners last year. So I think they're quite a few good players in their team and stuff. Tony and that. So they've got good strikers, good players that we were linked with at one point. And I think Brendan will want to put out a strong squad, get them ready, and also maybe not play them as long, not keep them on to the 70th minute. I think he'll make the changes a bit earlier, maybe just after half time. Maybe at half time he'll make a few changes, see how that game goes. If you're not lifting the Kinder Surprised, the Como Cup, you know, if you're not lifting one of the pre-season trophies, there's no point getting people injured, and I don't think there'll be as much at stake in the game. It will just be purely training exercise, routine, and kind of hoping Brendan arrives back in Scotland, and up at Lennoxtown there's a couple of players waiting to come in and train with the squad and get a bit of it's that qualification in it, mate. It's that quality. It's not the league game and that I'm worried about. I think we've got more than enough firepower in that within the team to do well in the Scottish domestically in the league. But it's the qualifier that I'm starting to worry about now. We don't even know who we're going to face yet. I know we're seeded, but I get seeded bread for the shop round the corner, mate. It doesn't stop me demolishing it any quicker, you know what I mean? It's gone in a second. But yeah, man, I think we'll play strong, start a strong squad, look to recover a bit for the Ajax game, bring the confidence back up. Nobody wants the confidence taking a dent. And then Brendan, regardless, we had a fantastic first half against Ajax. If Brendan would have made wholesale changes at half time and then we get leathered, you'd have been like, right, well, we made a lot of changes, but he kept the players on, driving for that 70-odd minutes, driving for the fitness. I think he'll do that again, but maybe bring them off a bit earlier, mate. Sorry to waffle around in circles, but that's what I was trying to say.
No, it's fine. Listen, we just wanted to finish the show off pretty early tonight so you can go and enjoy your Friday night. Jerry's got a taxi to catch in half an hour as well, so we want to get him Get his Lynx Africa sprayed all over him before he goes for the... Go for it, mate.
I was going to say the boy Murray. I thought the boy at the back played well. I thought he played well. We never mentioned. I thought he looked very comfortable. No, for I heard he's been doing a bit at the gym and stuff and bulking up, but I think he looked great. He looked good. The boy.
Aye.
Good play him.
Aye, Brendan's a player in there. I think he's definitely, there's something in there. Let's see how he can develop and learn off the boys that are already there. But we certainly need.
I was stunned, mate, at the youth and the level of the youth that Ajax were bringing on, 18-year-olds, 17-year-olds, and that. And I'm like, pays dividends to you if you're good enough, you're old enough. Like, what exactly are we doing with your training facilities? But it also made me sit down and think about, imagine Celtic fielding youngsters like that. And imagine our fan base and how we would react and how critical we can be, especially against our own. See, especially against Scottish boys, mate. Like, we tear each other apart. We're like piranha. It's piranha v piranha when it comes to like young Scottish talent and that.
See what you're saying, guys? I was only 16. We played in the Amsterdam tournament with West Brom Boys Club, and we won it. We won the tournament against Ajax and I think Bruges and somebody else. You see the difference was they stuck to both feet. We just won mentality. We were just win the games. Well, these guys were sticking to the right both feet. And look what happens when they get to 18, 19, 20. They fucking both feet, mate.
And I noticed that, mate.
We're all 1 and 2 young. Win. Then we're only working on the both feet, mate. We go at a different level. So
my mate was a goalkeeping coach, mate. He was a fantastic goalkeeper in his youth. He actually worked at Real Madrid's academy and stuff, doing coaching courses and stuff over there. And he took us over there with him. And I was astounded at how, like, when I was playing football here in Scotland as a young guy, it was mostly guys who were drinking super lagers at the side of the pitch, screaming, sticky heating him and get in there to a fit challenge. And I was dazzled at young guys at 17 and 18 over there who were getting through skills and still learning how to skills, and the way he actually taught your position. Somebody came and spoke to you and went, right, like, you play there, this is when you attack, this is when you defend. I'd never seen anything like that, mate. I was just like flung on the pitch and like, you play there, wee man, on you go, getting about it, and just expected to know exactly what to do. So it was eye-opening, my man, so I get where you're coming from, mate. I never played anywhere near the level you did, bro.
Aye. So, lads, we'll be back on Wednesday night. Safe travels to Andy on his way back from Greece, Andy and his family. Safe travels to our Paddy to and from the toilet for the next 24 hours again. We'll see you on Wednesday. Thank you so much for all your comments. Thank you very much, Thomas, to the best pod going. Hopefully that's the case. Tell your pals, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll see you on Wednesday night. Thank you so much for joining us on this Friday night. Enjoy your weekend. Hopefully enjoy the game tomorrow. And we'll see you on Wednesday. Hail, hail.
Hail, hail, legends.
Cheers.
Someday you will find